Alright guys, we're going to try some honey extraction. This is my first ever doing Langstroth extraction, but I think I've got everything set up here and ready to go. Just walk you through the process of what I've got. First, I have that cake pan there. I'll have it full of boiling water to keep my knife hot. And then I've got a total of, I guess 17 frames of honey. I didn't get the full 10 that I wanted in today's cut because yesterday I only got 8 because those were drawn so thick, but today I got into, it was down into the third medium box. This hive's all mediums, got into the third medium box and almost the whole thing was full of brood. I got one outside honeycomb from it, and I know as the winter goes on they'll backfill that, so I'm not concerned that I took too much honey. We still got another month at least of honey flow anyway, so I'm not worried. Anyway, 17 frames we're going to extract. We got my new uncapping tank that I just made today, so hopefully it works well. And then I have my extractor. I got this from Man Lake. I think it was $400, which hurts, but I mean it's all stainless steel. It's very nice from what I can tell, high quality, and the honey gate's open on it, so it'll drain right into my bucket there. This is a 3-frame extractor. It's I got 6 frames if you have shallows, but you know, I'll give her a little spin there, and it's actually got a brake on the back side. If you pull back on the handle towards you, it'll break. Not broken brake, but it'll stop. So we'll just be able to open this up, put in 3 frames at a time, spin them, flip them, spin them. Hopefully it'll go pretty quick. But I got some help here. Got my baby girl. Yeah, that's right. I'm that guy with the baby backpack. So we'll see how easy this is to do with her riding on my chest. She's still not big enough to go on my back. And of course I have the serene beauty of my wife's fish tank. Maybe I should back it up so you guys can see this whole thing. Explain to you that my wife and I are both crazy people because she loves fish and I love beekeeping. And we're both only 24 years old, which probably makes us one of the oddest couples of our age. But it's pretty cool. That's a 240-gallon fish tank, but that's not what we're talking about. Forget those fish. We're talking about honeybees tonight. So just as soon as my water gets boiling, we're going to start. Alright guys, I've gotten confident in what I'm doing, so I'm actually going to show you as I uncap 3 frames and put them in the extractor. It's nothing fancy, but it's fun. So far, the first honey that I harvested yesterday, I told y'all how I was going to freeze it overnight to make sure there wasn't any bugs or beetles in it so I could store it longer. And it is still frozen. I took it out of the freezer this morning about, I guess it's probably about noon. I took it out of the freezer and brought it in the house. But honey is a natural insulator, so it's still almost completely frozen. So it's really, really thick, but I'm managing to get it done. So we'll go ahead and uncap a few and show you how that works. Start in the middle, go down, kind of like filleting a catfish. Start in the middle, go to the tail, start where you started there and go to the head. And this comb is actually, this is uncapping really easy. This is not a heated knife or anything. It's actually uncapping probably easier than it should because the comb is still really cold, and when it's really cold, it's really frozen. So the comb is almost breaking more than it is cutting. But it's not breaking all the way down to the foundation, so it's not that I'm not causing any irreparable damage. The bees will be able to still use this comb. So it actually makes things a little bit easier until you go to extract it. Then it's, of course, way too thick. But boy, I'm glad I built the uncapping tank because I've been at a loss without it. I think I'm going to have more honey actually out of the uncapping tank than I am out of the extractor by the time I'm done. But it's a good thing I don't have a dining room table. I'm doing all this in the dining room. Alright. Start in the middle. Go down. Start in the middle. Go up. There's no rule that says you have to do it like this. You just start at the top and go all the way down and come that little bit back if you want to do. See how thick it is? It's just really, really thick coming off there because it's still so cold. What's the old adage, something about flowing like molasses in December? Maybe they should say honey in December when they're talking about how slow something is. stuff. But it'll all spin the same. Fortunately, I didn't think about it when I harvested. I should have harvested an even number of threes. Ended up harvesting 17 frames. So I'll have to leave some in here to try to serve as a balance. I'll have to half extract some and then throw in one to get a good balance, because this extractor is, it wobbles quite a bit if you're out of balance. Now, I don't have it bolted down to a base plate. I'm using it on a wooden board. It's already starting to wear on the tarp that I've got laid out. Ugh. My little nail that I drove through the bar here is completely useless. Partially because it was too tall, but more because these are plastic frames, so the nail won't bite into that plastic frame at all. Does me absolutely no good. I guess I should probably actually, with these, when it gets so thick, I'll try on the other side. I'll start at the top and just go down, because this is so thick that it takes a while to crawl down. Maybe I can expedite it here. We'll go up here, and then we'll go all the way down. See if I can't help myself a little bit. There we go. That's it. Smooth as could be. I'll pull the third one. I'm not going to waste you guys' time with watching me spin the extractor, because it's not going to time and you can't see the drain anyway. So that's it. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. I've extracted all 17 frames. Like I said, some of it was really thick because it was so cold, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm just going to clean up tonight. I'll run these hive bodies back out, just kind of set them out in the middle of the yard. And let the bees have at them. That way it'll be a free-for-all from all the hives. They can all go and rob them out, and probably in the course of tomorrow, I might leave them out there 2 days, but just a couple days, and the bees will they'll really clean them up. They'll get every last drop of honey off of them, and then I can't remember what it is I got to get, some sort of paramoth or whatever it's called. I got an email somewhere from a friend, but get some of those mothballs so I can properly store these things and get them ready for the winter, because I don't think I've got enough. I don't think the bees will be able to fill them. Of course, maybe they will. But anyway, like I said, 17 frames extracted, and I think this 5-gallon bucket, no, it's not full. It's just taking time to ooze through that filter, but it will be darn near full. And then in the bottom of my Tupperware there, we probably got a solid inch at least, so that's a gallon or more. We'll let that drip out for a day or so. We'll let it sit in here and really drip out real good. I'll throw a lid on it so it doesn't smell the house up too much. My wife, I don't think, cares for the smell very much. But we're still running out of the extractor. Look down inside there. For what it's worth, you can't really see a whole lot, but there's quite a bit sitting in the bottom because that gate valve's not on the very bottom. So I'm going to get a 2x4 or something and stand the back leg up on a 2x4 so it'll prop up. But look at this. Look how it's frosty. That was because that honey was so cold, and when this thing spins, you know, it's slinging that honey out against the outside. I mean, that's ice cold. And actually, when I'd release it, this thing has, you know, a little clutch, so it just spins and slows itself down. I'd pop this lid open, and you could put your hand up, and there's like an Arctic blast coming out of there. It was so cold, but it was kind of funny to extract cold honey, but it worked okay. Next time I'll know to set the hive, you know, set those frames out a good 24 hours at least in advance, if not longer, so it's not nearly as cold. I did find one honeybee. I don't know where she came from, but only one. She had to be from the hive from the frames that I harvested tonight, but it's good that I only found one. She was crawling around up here on the edge, and you know, sad story, but there she is on the floor now. I had to kill her. I didn't have to. I could have thrown her out to the wolves in the dark, but she'd probably died overnight anyway, so I didn't have the patience to try to catch her. I just got rid of her. But that's all for tonight. It was fun. It was easy, and I look forward to doing some more here, and probably next weekend. I've got to harvest probably just this much again from that other 8-frame hive that I have. See ya. All right, folks, it's early in the game, but I was just down here with the scale and measured because I was so excited I couldn't wait anymore. Now this is gross weight, so I'll have to measure the empty buckets when I'm done. That bucket was 51.4 pounds, and this was, I think, 38.6, something like that. Total, it came out to a gross weight of 91.8 pounds. I don't know if I'm being generous or conservative or what, but I'm going to shed at least 10 pounds tearaway, probably more than that, let's say 15. We'll just say I got at least 75 pounds of honey. So everyone always asks that magic question of how much honey can you get? And of course no one can answer that because it depends on the weather and the bees and what's in bloom and everything else, but there's my honey badger. That's right, she's licking the gate valve. Don't worry, I'm done bottling any honey from this for tonight and until the next round, so it'll all get cleaned before the next round. You won't have any dog germs. And there's her counterpart. They're both hanging around in here looking for some honey. Anyway, I want to say I got at least 75 pounds, which is pretty doggone good. That's 75 pounds from 17 medium frames. So that's not even two 10-frame boxes. And again, those are mediums, not deeps. So you tell me, what is, shoot, wish I had done the math on it. What is 75 divided by 17? I don't know. I'll do the math and put it on the bottom of the video. But anyway, enough rambling for tonight. I'm excited. I got lots of honey.